Sharks, more specifically great whites, have gotten a bad rap ever since the 1975 thriller Jaws was released. People are terrified with the fact that sharks are in the ocean mainly because the media has shed a negative light upon the species, describing them as man-eaters and killing machines. In reality, the chances of getting attacked by a shark is 1 in 11.5 million. You are more likely to die from lightning, bees, tapeworms, and the list goes on. In the United States, there are only 16 shark attacks on average per year. Thousands of car accidents happen a day. Why aren't we in fear of this phenomenon instead? It is proven that great whites are visual hunters and seek out objects that appear to be seals at the surface of the water. A surfer paddling around looks a lot like a fat seal from underneath.
It's also interesting, within a split second, how the sharks are able to reject the decoy. They know almost the moment it touches their teeth that it's not the real food item and will spit out the decoy with a tremendous whoosh of water.
Sharks do not purposely attack humans. Their mistaken identity as seals has confused them for dinner. Great whites pursue blubber and high levels of fat content, not the bones of humans.
I'm Zach. I'm from Eastern North Carolina.
What is your perspective on sharks, more specifically great whites?
They're pretty interesting, but I wouldn't want to be swimming in the ocean with one.
How many shark attacks do you think happen per year?
Maybe a couple hundred.
Actually, about 16 happen on average in the United States. Does that change your perspective any?
Yeah, that's real low. I thought it'd be a lot higher.
Okay, what kind of prey do you think a shark eats?
Maybe dolphins or a bunch of different fish.
Yeah, they eat Cape fur seals and sea lions. Do you think they purposely pursue humans?
Probably not.
Okay, how do you think the media portrays sharks in general?
I think they kind of do it in a negative light and use it for marketing techniques, really.
Okay. Lastly, what are the first 3 words that pop into your head when I say shark?
Jaws, predator, and scary.
Okay, thank you, that's all. I took a randomized sample on campus, asking this very question in order to understand the perspective most people have on sharks. The majority said scary, attack, bite, and blood. This goes to show that a stereotype can live for decades.
Good news if you're a lover of wildlife, but bad news if you're a seal. The numbers of great white sharks are surging in the ocean off the eastern and U.S. and Canada after decades of decline, and that's according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA Fisheries shark researcher Toby Curtis is here to discuss the findings. Great white sharks were on the decline, but first of all, why did the population decline, and what is the reason behind the surge?
Well, white sharks, like a lot of shark species, were being fished pretty heavily in the 1970s and 1980s. And the National Marine Fisheries Service implemented some regulations in 1993 and 1997 that served to protect white sharks in particular.
It is important that we protect this keystone species. Without them, the ocean would fall into chaos. We must respect and learn to love these powerful predators, no matter how much they scare us.
Those regulations are working.
And according to the study, white sharks are listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Now that it's recovering now, so could it be taken off the list soon?
That's really an IUCN priority. Basically, we're showing positive signs of recovery. It's an optimistic outlook, more optimistic than had been in the past, and but they're still vulnerable, and I think things will probably stay that way for a while. We're not at mission success here completely yet.
They're actually cautious and cognitive. They're calculated. It's misunderstood and misconstrued as they're ravenous, mindless, man-eating machines, and that's not how they are.
California just this week declared the great white an endangered species. Experts estimate there are only 339 left along the Pacific coast.
Shark!
But ever since Jaws, it's pretty hard to generate sympathy with these killing machines. That's why Ocean Ramsey and the guy who filmed these extraordinary scenes are driven to such jaw-dropping extremes.
Conservation for great whites has just begun, and it's our job to give them a second chance with a more positive outlook. Save our oceans and support the sharks.